based upon financial application, the hard questions, some hard questions for AISL. So first question is, Emily decides to buy a new boat at a cost of 20,000. So in that case, my present value is going to be 20,000. So PV, let me write over here, PV equals to 20,000. Then, but cannot afford to pay the full amount. The boat dealership offers two options: a 5-year loan at a nominal interest rate of 15%. So I equals to nothing but how much? 15. No deposit is required, and payments are made each month. If payments are made each month, P upon Y equals to 12, and C upon Y also will be equals to 12. Why? Because it is compounded monthly. 15% compounded monthly. Future value we have to calculate, that is going to be 0. PMT, that also we have to calculate, let it be 0. N, what is the value of N? It's a 5-year loan, and whatever is P upon Y, N should be multiplied, and to get the value of N, year should be multiplied with P upon Y, which is equals to 60. Now use the calculator to get the PMT. How much is that? Minus 475.7986. So write it out in a 2 decimal, 475.80. A 5-year loan at an annual interest rate of R%, compounded annually, quarterly, compounded quarterly. So it is compounded quarterly means C upon Y should be equals to 4. Term of the loan is 5% should be deposited as a monthly repayment. So 5%, 5% of 20,000. How much is 5% of 20,000? 1,000. So how much loan he will be taking it out, or she will be taking? 20,000 minus 1,000, which is 19,000. So my PV is going to be 19,000. Then interest rate has to be calculated, so keep it 0. Then again we are paying a monthly repayment, PMT. PMT is going to be nothing but how much? Minus 4 upon 0. So monthly repayment. So P upon Y will be 12. If P upon Y will be 12, N will be 5 times 6, 12, which is 60. So therefore use the calculator to get the value of I, which is 9.68%. That's going to be the answer. State which option Emily should choose. Emily should choose option 2. Why she should choose option 2? Because of lower interest rate. Because of lower interest rate, she should be choosing it out, option 2. Now coming to the second question. Question number 2. On the 1st January of Jan 18, Philip invests 25,000 US dollars in S&P 500. Then over 30 years, S&P 500 had given a rate of 10.7 compounded annually. Now calculated the expected value on 1st January 2024. So N is going to be 6. There is no monthly payments like this, so therefore N need not to be multiplied with any. Then interest rate is going to be 10.7. Principal value or present value is minus 25,000 because he is giving away from his pocket. If at all he is giving away, it is minus 25,000. Then PMT, no installments have been paid or taken, so 0. Now future value we have to calculate. Then P upon Y, it is yearly, 1. So C upon Y is also equals to 1. Calculate it out. You should be getting 46,007.19 US dollars. On the 1st January of 2024, Philip investment was 32,762.41. Calculate the percentage error. So percentage error means value added, actual value minus estimated value divided by estimated value times 100. So what is the actual value? 46,007.19 minus exact value is 32,762.241 divided by 32,762.41 times 100. So it's going to be nothing but how much? 40.4%. Calculate the average annual growth between 2018 to 2014. So in this case, what am I going to do that? I'm going to take the calculator again and 2018 to 2014. So N value equals to nothing but how much? 6. Then I use the n value as 6, and interest rate we have to calculate, so we'll keep it as 0. Then the present value is going to be minus 25,000, then PMT is going to be 0. Then future value or final value is 32,762.41. 32,762.41. Then P upon Y is 1, and C upon Y is also equals to 1. Then calculate. What are we going to calculate? We are going to calculate the interest rate. It's going to be nothing but how much? 4.61%. In 2018, S&P delivered an annual return of minus 4.38. Calculate the annual growth from 2019 to 2024. Basically, we started the journey from 2018 and ended it 2024. It's a span of 6 years. But in 2019 till 2019, there was a negative growth of 4.38. But finally, we'll be receiving the same amount, 32,762.41. There is no change. So how much is going to be the interest rate over here? But overall, when I take the average, it's going to be 4.61%. But in the first year, there was a loss of minus 4.38. So how much will be the profit in the next from 2019 to 2024? We are supposed to calculate. So first of all, we'll calculate what is the amount at 2019. So for that, what am I going to do that? N equals to 1. And principal value equals to minus 25,000. Then PMT equals to 0. Then interest rate is minus 4.38. P upon Y equals to 1. C upon Y equals to 1. This gives me the future value equals to 0. Keep that. That gives me the future value is going to be how much? 23,905. So this 23,905 will become the present value for the remaining 5 years period. 5 years period. So for the remaining 5 years period, N equals to 5. Then interest rate we have to calculate. Then present value will be 23,905. Then future value is going to be 32,762.41. So this is minus, so it is plus. Then PMT equals to 0, P upon Y equals to 1, C upon Y equals to 1. Use that one, you should be able to get that value of interest rate as 6.51%. So we can check by calculator. N value is 1, 5. Interest we have to calculate it out. Present value is minus 23,905 and PMT is 0 and future value and so on. Then calculate the interest rate. So it's going to be 6.51. Question number 3. Ben and A1 are twins. Both receive 44,000 on their 21st birthday. Ben deposits his 44,000 into a savings account that pays a nominal interest of 3.2% compounded annually. A1 invests 44,000 in a fixed income fund that returns 1,750 per year. The amount of interest Ben receives if the sum is invested for 20 years. So in that case, N equals to nothing but what? 20. N equals to 20. Interest rate is going to be 3.27%. Then present value is minus 44,000. Then future value we have to calculate, which is going to be 0. P upon Y is going to be 1 because compounded annually. C upon Y is also going to be 1 and PMT is going to be 0. Then calculate that one. N value is 20 and I value is 3.27. Present value is minus 44,000. Then PMT is 0. Then future value we have to calculate. P upon Y is 1. C upon Y is 1. We have to calculate the future value. It becomes 3.27. So 3.27. Then calculate the future value. It becomes 83,740.63. So this is the amount he earned, totally earned. So interest will be 83,740.63 minus 44,000. So what is the interest that he has got it out? 39,740.63. Now for A1. A1, what has he done? He has just got 1,750 for 20 years. So what is that interest he got? 35,000 is going to be the interest that he has got. Find the year in which the amount of Ben's account surpasses the amount of A1's account. So Ben's account surpasses the A1's account. So for Ben, the formula would have been from the formula booklet 44,000 times 1 plus 3.27 divided by 100 whole to the power of n should be greater than, this is 44,000 plus 170 every month for n years. Now use the GDC, solve for the graph. By graphing each side by an inequality, you should be getting n value as 12.7388, which is going to be 13th year. Question number 4. Georgia buys a new computer for herself that cost 1,099. At the same time, she buys her son Duncan a gaming computer that costs 2,749. It is anticipated that Georgia's computer will depreciate with 11%. Duncan's gaming computer also depreciate 18%. Estimate the value of Georgia's computer after 6 years. So n is going to be 6. Present value, you are giving away the money, so therefore it's going to be minus 1099 for the computer, then 6, then interest rate is what it says, negative 11%, because it is depreciating. Present value is minus 1099. Then PMT, there is no monthly deposits, 0. Then future value we have to calculate, that is also 0. Then P upon Y is 1 and C upon Y is also 1 because it is annually. Then I will be calculating the future value, which should be nothing but how much? 546. $546.18. Georgia and Duncan's computer will have the same estimated value k years after they were purchased. Find the value of k. So for Georgia, it should be 1099 times 1 minus 11 upon 100 whole to the power of k. Should be having the same value. For this gaming one, 2749 times 1 minus 18 upon 100 whole to the power of k. So we can find the point of intersection of these two by drawing by the GDC. You should be getting it out the value of 11.19, which is 11.2 years. The estimated value of k years. What is the value at the estimated at the k years? So it is 1099 times 1 minus 11 upon 100 whole to the power of 11.19224536. Full calculator display you have to take. You should be getting it out 298.23 as the final answer. Next, coming to the next question. Question number 5. Sasha takes out a loan of 19,800 to purchase a new tools for his gardening business. He agrees to pay the bank 840 at the end of every quarter to amortize the loan. The loan has a nominal annual interest rate of 4.34% per year, compounded semi-annually. So n value, we have to calculate the value of n. Let it be 0. Then interest rate is going to be 4.34%. Then principal value, he is getting the loan, therefore it is positive 19,800. Then PMT is going to be minus 840. Then future value equals to 0. Period P upon Y, how many periods is paying it out? Every quarter, so 4. But it is compounded, therefore it is semi-annually, therefore it is 2. Compounded semi-annually, it's going to be 2. So now use the calculator to get the value of n. You will be getting it out 27.3464. So which is nothing but what, almost all 28 payments. He has to make 28 payments, but he's asking how long. And this all payments are, remember, they are quarterly. So 28 divided by 4, which is nothing but what, 7 years. So it will take 7 years for, because in each year there will be 4 quarters. 7 times 4 is 28. Calculate the amount that Sasha will pay for the amortizing the loan. So it's going to be 27.3464 full calculator display times 840, which is going to be 22971.03 dollars. Part C. The bank offers Sasha an option to make a higher quarterly repayment of 980. Calculate how much Sasha will save if she decides to make the higher payment. In that case also we have to calculate the n value. Then I is 4.34. Then PV equals to 19,800. Then PMT is this time minus 980. Future value is 0. P upon Y is same 4. C upon Y is going to be same 2. So calculate the n value, you'll be getting it as 22.9131. So these many payments he has to make it out. So total payment is 22.91316566 times 980 minus 22,000. Compare it out with this one value 980, which is going to be 22,454.90235. Now compare it out how much additional he is paying it out. 22,971.03 minus 22,454.90. So how much additionally is savings? 516.13. That's going to be the savings. Question number 6. John has just retired at an age of 65. He has 445,000 in his savings fund. He rolls over his money into an annuity fund, which returns an annual interest rate of 4.1%. So n we have to calculate, find the number of years, and he decides to withdraw 2,200. So n I have to calculate. I equals to 4.17. Present value is minus 445,000 because he is investing. It is going away from him. So minus PMT, he is getting from him. So 2,200 he is getting back. Future value is going to be 0. P upon Y he is getting every month. So 12. But C upon Y will be quarterly because it is compounded quarterly 4. Calculate by that. You will be getting the value of n as 348.722606. Now, what is the thing? How many years is that? So, that one divide by 12. So, it becomes 29 years, 1 month. After 5 years, John wants to make a withdrawal of his annuity to invest in a new online educational platform. Terms of annuity state that is allowed to withdraw only 9.5% of his account value without paying any surrender charge. So, calculate the maximum amount can withdraw so that he does not have to pay the surrender charge. So now n equals to 5 times 12 equals to 60. I equals to 4.17 and present value is going to be minus 445,000. Then future value is going to be, we have to calculate 0. Then how many every month he is withdrawing? So 12, but it is compounded quarterly 4. Now calculate the final value or the future value, you'll be getting it out 401,138.4882. But he is allowed to do only 9.5%. So it will be 401138.4882 times 0.095, which is going to be 38,108.16. Question number 7. Joshua wants to invest in a blueprint construction company and so decides to 55% of its business for 660,000. Calculate the total value. So 660,000 divided by 55%, 0.55. So it is 120,000. This is going to be the total value of 1.2 million. Then Stephanie, Joshua's financial advisor, has prepared the following table detailing the 5-year expected annual returns from Joshua's investment in different economic states, boom or bust, and the probability of each occurring. Calculate the 5-year expected return for Joshua's investment in Blue Construction Company. So there are 0.6% chances, 0.6% chances for this, if the expected return is 12.2, and 0.4% charges if the expected return is 10.4. So 0.6 times 12.2 plus 0.4 times negative 10.4. So its value is going to be 3.16%. In 5 years, Blue Construction or Blueprint Construction is valued at 1.8 million. Find the value of the Joshua stakes in the Blue Construction Limited. So because though it has become this one, still he has invested only 55%, so it will be just 55% of the value. It will be 990,000. Now the average annual return for the 5-year period. So N is going to be 5. Interest rate we are going to calculate. Then present value is going to be his investing. It is going from his pocket. So therefore it's going to be 660,000. Then is going get it going it is minus 660,000. Then PMT is 0. Future value is going to be 990,000. He is going to get it back. Then P upon Y equals to 1. C upon Y also equals to 1. So use a calculator to get the values of this one. Then PMT or PV is 660,000. Then PMT is 0. Future value is 990,000. Then calculate the value of interest rate. It's going to be 8.44% or 8.45%. Question number 8. Malcolm and Julie have decided to move out of their home to a new apartment in a town so that they can rent it to a young family who agree to pay 3,200 per month. They decide to take out the mortgage to buy an apartment of 545,000. The terms are minimum 12% deposit, 12 upon 100 times 545,000. So what does that becomes? 65,400. The loan amount will be 545,000 minus 65,400, which is going to be 479,600. Malcolm and Julie pay off the loan in exactly 30 years. So monthly payment. So over here N is 30 times because monthly payment 360. Then interest rate we don't know, calculate it out. Present value is going to be 479. They are getting it, so 479,600. PMT is going to be minus 2695. Future value is going to be 0. P upon Y equals to 12. Compounded yearly, C upon Y is 1. So calculate the rate of interest. You should be getting 5.54%. Part C. Malcolm and Julie decide to invest difference between their rental income and their monthly repayments into a savings account paying a nominal interest 2.9% compounded annually. So 3,200 minus 2695, which is going to be 505. They are getting this one every month. So N will be equals to 30 times 12, which is 360. Now interest rate is going to be getting it as 2.91. Then principal value nothing, 0. They are starting with 0. But PMT is nothing but what? Minus 505. Future value we are going to calculate. P upon Y will be 12. C upon Y equals to 1. So calculate the future value, which will become 287,910.12. Now question number 9. Aaron has been renting out his apartment $1,200 per month. However, he wants to renovate the apartment to increase the monthly rent to $1,750. He notifies his current tenants and they agree to move out. The renovation takes about 5 months. Calculate the amount of rental income is foregoing. So he's foregoing for 5 months. 5 times 12, 1,200, which is going to be $6,000. Aaron takes out a loan of 25,000 to renovate the apartment. Terms of the nominal interest rate of 6.2, compounded monthly repayments of 850. Calculate the total amount to be paid. What is the total amount to be paid? He is asking us to find it out. So we don't know how many what is this, what is going to be the duration of the loan. So n equals to, we have to calculate, interest rate is going to be 6.2%. He is getting the loan, so therefore 25,000 is positive. Then PMT he is paying from his pocket, therefore minus 850. Then future value should be 0. P upon y, every month he is paying, so compounded is also monthly, so 12. So calculate the value of n. This gives you the value of n as 31.984614. So amount that he has to pay. So these many months, 31.984614 times 850, which is 27,186.92. Aaron has some new tenants ready to move in as soon as the renovations are finished. Find the number of months it takes to increase the Aaron's rental income to match the amount paid for the renovations. So 1750 minus 200, 1200, which is 550. So he has spent this value 27,186.92 divided by 550. So it will take 49.430763. It will take something around 50 months to recover his investment. Lastly, question number 10 for this hard version. Philip takes out a loan of 47,000. The unpaid balance on the loan has an interest rate of 4.97 calculated semi-annually. The loan is to be repaid at 2120 every quarter. Calculate the number of years. So n equals to question mark. Then I equals to 4.97. PV equals to, is taking the loan, plus 47,000. Then PMT equals to minus 2120. Then future value is equal to 0. P upon Y every quarter 4. C upon Y, it is semi-annually 2. So when I calculate n value, I will be getting it as 27. So 27 divided by 4, which is 6.75 years. After 1.5 years, Philip misses a payment. The penalty for missing a payment is 5.5% for the remaining balance. Calculate the amount to be paid for the loan. So after 1.5 years, he misses the payment. So first of all, calculate what is the balance after 1.5 years. So first one. So n equals to, basically n equals to, over here he is paying 2120 after every quarter. After every quarter. So after 1.5 times 4, which is nothing but what, 6. Interest rate equals to 4.97. Then principal value will be equals to 47,000 because he is getting the loan. So PMT, he is paying it out minus 2120. Then future value, we don't know, let it be 0. P upon Y will be 4 because every quarter he is paying it out. Then C upon Y is semi-annually 2. Calculate the future value. So future value will become my 37,472, 72.42569. That's going to be the value. Now penalty charge will be 5.5% of the remaining balance. 5.5% of the remaining balance. So it will be 37,472.426569 times 0.055. This is going to be the penalty. How much is that? 2060.983413. Now that is the total penalty charged. Now repayment without penalty. What will be the repayment without penalty? Repayment without penalty. So he has to pay, what is this? 26 point, over here we got it out, over here this 27 years, we got that one, right? So 26.064083 times 2120. Every month he's paying it out this much, so which is going to be 55,255.856787. This is a repayment without penalty. But Again, total penalty charged is 2060.983413. So the total amount that will be paid will be 57,316.84, because we know that the number of years that it will take. In part A, we have done the number of years that will be taking n value was 27, but when we rounded it off, it was 27, but the actual value was 26.064083. So these many payments he has to make, and each payment is nothing but what? 2,120. So total he has paid it out this one, and this is a fine. So the total amount that he has paid is 57,316. That completes this video. See you in the next video. Bye.